ברוכות הבאות תחת כנפי השכינה, ברוכים הבאים תחת כנפי השכינה. May you be blessed beneath the wings of Shekhinah. Be blessed with love, be blessed with peace.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We welcome you to the winter wonderland of Warren, New Jersey, and we are so very happy to have all of you here during our afternoon Mincha service, at which time Jonah will be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. We have all been anxiously awaiting this day as we've watched Jonah prepare and truly take part in so much here at our congregation, and it is a joy to welcome him now to the Bima. You are in for a real treat. And the way we're going to begin our service is that we are first going to enwrap Jonah in a talit. It will be his physical marking at having reached the age of bar mitzvah, actually today. So we say happy birthday, because on this 13th birthday, what an extraordinary gift, the gift of all of you to be here to celebrate. So Jonah, I'm going to ask you to take your place. It is really a joy to welcome forward your grandparents, Bonnie and Arthur, to come forward. They have purchased for you and this occasion a truly beautiful talit. And so it is their honor to enwrap you in it. And with them standing by your side, Jonah, please repeat the words that's actually written on the crown of your talit. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, lehit atef ba'tzitzit. Amen. And mazel tov.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to our Shabbat service at Temple Har Shalom. A special welcome to all those joining us over the live webcast. In preparation for our service, please take note that the sanctuary is an electronic-free space, and we request that you turn your cell phones off. I have worked long and hard to reach this day, and I am grateful for your presence. I hope that you will be attentive, considerate, and will fully participate in our worship. Like the generations before me, I have prepared to take my place as a bar mitzvah. Today, I participate in my first Jewish adult life cycle event. I am now committed to the mitzvot and the teachings of our tradition. I pray that I may always understand my responsibility as a Jew to show love to my family, kindness to the world around me, and maintain connection with my people and her land of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh.
In order that you can all follow along with our service, please make sure you have a Mishkan Tefillah, our prayer book. It has the gold flame on the front. And even if you are not familiar with our service, you can follow along because there is not only Hebrew and English, but there is transliteration as well. I'd ask you to turn to page 338. Page 338 with our Opening blessing.
Ashrei yoshvei veitecha, otucha lucha sela, Ashrei ha'am shechacholo, Ashrei ha'am she'adonai Elochav, Tehila leDavid, Aromimcha Elochei hamelech, V'avracha shimcha leolam va'ed, Bechol yom avarheka, V'halala shimcha leolam va'ed, Gadol Adonai umhula me'od, V'ligdul atoen heker, Dor lador yishabach ma'asecha, ugvurotecha yagidu, hadar kevod hodecha, v'divrei niflotecha asicha, ve'ezuz norotecha yomeru, ugdulatecha yasaprena, zecher rav tuvacha yabi'u, v'tzit kadcha yaranenu, chanun v'rachum Adonai, erech apayim udal chased, tov Adonai lekol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav, Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha, v'chasitecha yivarchucha.
Return to page 342 for the Chatzi Kaddish. I'd ask you to rise, please.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה, ועל מה יפרח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחי יכונו וימיכון, ובחיי דכל בישראל. בגלה, ובזמן קריב, אמרו אמן. יהי שמרה ומבורך, לעולם ולעולם ויוליה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר תרומה ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה, שמי לקודשו בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תשביחתה ונחמתה, תמירה מעלמה, אמרו אמן.
There are times when the love of God burns so powerfully within your heart that the words of prayer seem to rush forth quickly and without deliberation. At such times, it is not you yourself who speak, rather it is through you that the words are spoken.
Page 344 for Tefillah. We remain standing, please.
That my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imot, U'Meilin Geula Libnei V'nehem, L'man Shema V'Ahava, Melech Ozer, Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Yezrat Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, וחיי הכל הטרוף והושיע, משיב הרוח מוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים רופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו, אישי יפר, מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, בחיי הכל.
We are on page 349. We remain standing and read the English responsively.
Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good and not evil. You are the source of life and blessing. Help us to choose life for ourselves and our children. You are the support of the fallen. Help us to lift up the fallen.
You are the author of freedom. Help us to free the captive.
You are our hope in life as in death. No. Help us to keep faith with those who sleep in the dust.
Your might, O God, is everlasting. Help us to use our strength for good.
For blessing and not for curse, for life and not death, for abundance, not want. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei Hakol.
נקדיש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, ויקרא זה ויאמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כי הודו. אדירנו אדוני, אדוני נאמר שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישלינו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חיים. אדוני, אלוהיך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ולמגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושך נקדיש, ושבחך עלינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, הקדוש.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We turn now to page 353. You may be seated.
For the good in us, which calls us to a better life, we give thanks. For the strength to improve the world, with our hearts and hands, we give praise. For the peace in us, which leads us to work for peace, we are grateful. For the gift of Shabbat, which renews us for life, we offer blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Page 354. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu Ba'amecha Yisrael Utfilatam B'yahava Tekabel Utilratzon Tamid Avodai Yisrael Amecha Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinatu L'Tzion.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess, and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha levodecha b'yirah na'avod.
Page 356.
Modim anachnu lach, she'atah hu Adonai Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Sor chayenu magen yishenu, atah hu l'dor v'dor. Nodet lecha unsaper tehilatecha al chayenu, hamsurim bayadecha, v'al nifmotenu hapkudot lach, v'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu, v'al niflotecha v'tovotecha shebachol eit, erev v'avoker v'tzahorayim. Hatov ki lo chalu rachamecha, v'cham rachim ki lo tamu chasadecha. Me'olam kivinu lach. V'al kulam yitbarach v'yitromam shimcha, malchenu tamid le'olam va'ed. V'chol chachayim yoducha selah, v'chalalu et shimcha be'emet. Ha'el Yeshuatenu v'ezratenu selah. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lodot. For the gift of our souls, for the promise of our lives, for all we are and all we might yet become, for the creative seeds sown within our minds, whose nurturing can yield a grand harvest. For all these gifts we thank you, O God, and pray that we prove ourselves worthy. May our lives be ripe with the fruit of compassion, sweetly sustaining those in need. May we use our gifts wisely and with love, true messengers of blessing to the world. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'eh lodot.
Amen. Please join me in Shalom Rav on the top of page 358. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Ki atov lechadol lichol hashalom. Ki atov lechadol lichol hashalom. Shalom ra'al al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom ra'al al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. V'tov b'hinecha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol lit v'b'chol shah b'shlamecha. Shalom ra'al al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Shalom ra'al al Yisrael amcha tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam. Tasim le'olam.
With the arrival of this afternoon Shabbat service comes the official entering of the season of miracles, knowing that indeed the ultimate miracles of Hanukkah will begin on Tuesday night. I say it begins this afternoon because it actually starts with Jonah's Torah portion. Whenever we get to the portion of Miketz, we are reminded that it is the festival of lights that is brightening our world. And indeed, as we look around our world today, we could use a few extra miracles. There are many hurting, many in need, lands that are being destroyed, countries that are still at war, people who are all too hungry, and those who need to be healed. It's a perfect time on this Shabbat to ask how we can be a partner in the miracles we so desire and pray for. In fact, God teaches us, as does our own tradition, that miracles don't happen on their own. It is a sacred partnership, and so every human being can create a miracle themselves if only they would do the hard work. So as we enter this season, I hope you will use Jonah as an example. It's no miracle that he's standing up here today as such a confident and proud bar mitzvah. Only through his effort, his energies, and his desire to do his very best is he now brightening our world. It's an example to remember if we put our heart, our soul, and our mind into creating the best that we can, we will be the best. And so he is this afternoon. So we pause for a few moments in gratitude for the miracles that are already ours and looking forward to how we can create just a few more.
לפניך, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, וגואלי, וגואלי.
The highlight of our service is right now as we prepare to take the Torah from the ark, pass it generation to generation, and allow Jonah to come around holding the Torah as he greets all of you, his family and friends, and offers the Torah to you just as he has accepted it for himself. It is always such an honor when we are able to pass the Torah generation to generation, but it is made all that more significant when there is an added generation. Jonah is truly blessed to not only have his grandparents, but a great-grandmother who's going to make her way up here with them right now, with parents and grandparents and great-grandmom. Jonah, come take your place. And great-grandmom, together with Josh, are going to open the ark doors, and I'm going to ask everyone to rise, please.
Ki mitzion titzei Torah. Ki mitzion titzei Torah. Udifar Adonai Yerushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah. Le'amu Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. Lecha Adonai Hagidula, Hagivura, Hatiferet, Efsait V'Kavod. Ki kol v'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki kol v'shamayim
Hard one.
I think I remember. Right here. Yosef. Vayari Yosef, right here. You may all be seated. Well, once again, Shabbat Shalom to you all. I know that Jonah is thoroughly enjoying looking out at so many of you who have come to share his birthday and his bar mitzvah day, and we too are very honored. There are those I know that had to cross a border to get here. Those were those coming from New York to New Jersey, but I know we also had a much bigger border, and we do welcome all of you who have come from Canada. And thank you so much for the weather you brought with you. We are thrilled. It makes it a beautiful wonderland, a day to remember. Well, it's so nice to see so many familiar faces and those who may be visiting us for the first time. So we're here now to give Jonah just a moment to catch his breath and also to help him understand on behalf of all of us the important message we hope he will take with him on this day. Now, I must be honest that I'm sure no one will be surprised to learn that Jonah has written and created an extraordinary Devar Torah, in which he will share the Torah portion and his own teachings. But we too can find an additional lesson, and perhaps it'll continue to inspire all of us, and we hope Jonah will inspire you as well. So as I noted, the Torah portion of this afternoon is known as Miketz. We are making our way towards the very end of the very first book of the Torah, the book of Genesis. And in it, because 3/4 of the entire book of Genesis is devoted to one man, his name is Joseph. And Joseph was a favored son. And we are going to learn all about what happens to Joseph and his wanderings and how he ends up where he does. But he will eventually make his way to Egypt, and I'm going to let Jonah describe how he gets there. But what we do know is when he gets to Egypt and he is literally rotting away in jail, he is saved by Pharaoh because of his talent. His talent is as a dream interpreter. Now, I'm not going to talk about Joseph and how he interprets dreams, because again, Jonah, that's for you to do. But I think one question we can ask tonight is, why would Pharaoh have put all of his trust in a criminal, a man that was thrown into jail, and Pharaoh was willing to bank on his interpretations of dreams for the next 14 years? What made him so worthy? Maybe that's him calling now to tell us why. Just a reminder, please, if anybody does have an electric device, please turn it to the off position. So, 14 years, Pharaoh entrusts his dreams to Joseph. But why? What made Joseph so trustworthy? Well, that's what the rabbis ask as well, because the Torah really doesn't give us a hint. But the rabbis say you needed 3 qualities for which to trust someone. And in the world in which we live today, perhaps these 3 qualities are as important now as they were back in biblical days. So Jonah, the very first quality we learn about is that you need to be a free thinker, meaning you need to think on your own. You can't be influenced by those who want you to think a particular way, or by those who have their own prejudices and biases. Pharaoh knew that about Joseph. Joseph had nothing to win and nothing to lose. He only needed to be truthful. And indeed, he was. You also need to be thoughtful. You cannot just believe what comes at you or take things for face value. You must take the time to think and learn. And the last one is that Pharaoh learned that you don't judge a person by what they wear. He was wearing prison clothes. You don't judge a person from where they came from. He was a refugee, an immigrant from a conquered land. No, instead you judge a person by their character. Pharaoh could have cared less what Joseph looked like or sounded like. He was only concerned that he had a good heart. And that would really be the fourth that I would add. You must have a good heart and instincts to know what it is to do right. Well, anyone sitting here today that truly knows Jonah would know that he has all four qualities. Jonah, you're very much like our biblical Joseph, and indeed you have a biblical name. But you are like him because you are a free thinker. You think for yourself and stand up for yourself. You're also an exceedingly thoughtful young man. In fact, many would say you think beyond your years. And we know for sure that you are a person of character. There is never a time that someone won't meet Jonah where he doesn't say, "How do you do? It's nice to meet you." And always a please, a thank you, and a you're welcome. And your heart and your instincts, well, that's a given, because look where you come from. From a family that's instilled that in you, Jonah. The importance of family, tradition, connections, and love. What a combination. And Jonah, we're blessed to see it all in one package. It's a great birthday package today. So we are now going to hear Jonah read from the words and stories of Joseph. And when you hear them, please keep in mind that there is a Joseph literally sharing the words with us, with all the qualities that we ourselves should inspire to embody.
If you'd like to follow along in this afternoon's Torah portion, you can do so by turning to page 275 on the right-hand side of the page, beginning with verse 16. Forgive me, it's in the other book that says the Torah, not in your Mishkan Tehillah.
And before Jonah begins chanting, there are those who are going to be blessing. And what a pleasure for our first Aliyah to welcome back his grandparents, Bonnie and Arthur. What do you call them? Grammy and Papa. Yes.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher b'charanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayar Yosef itam et Binyamin. Vayomer la'asher al beito have et hanashim habaita utvavach tevach vachachein ki iti yochlu hanashim batzaharayim. Vayas ha'ish ka'asher amar Yosef. Vayaveh ha'ish et hanashim beita Yosef.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu nota emet, v'chayei haolam batol v'chatenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Give him a hug. And come on over here. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Come stay with us right here. And for our second Aliyah, what a joy it is to welcome forward grandparents, Harriet and Stephen Siegel. Grandma and Grandpa. Thank you.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayir'u ha'anashim ki huv'u Beit Yosef vayamru. All davar ha'kesef ha'shav ba'am techotenu batila anachnu muva'im lehit golel aleinu ulhit nafel aleinu v'lakachat otanu la'avadim va'et chamorenu v'yishu el cha'ish asher al Beit Yosef v'debru elav petah habayit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen. And now, Jonah, it's a pleasure to welcome up your parents and your brother for their third Aliyah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayamru bi Adoni Yarod Yaradnu Batila Lishbar Ochel Vayahi Kivanu El Chamalon Vaniftecha et Am Techotenu V'hine Chesef Ish V'fi Am Tachto Kaspenu B'mishkalo Vanashevoto Bayadenu V'chesef Ocher Haradnu Bayadenu Lishbar Ochel Lo Yadenu Kisham Kaspenu Ba'am Techotenu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Josh, stay right there. And now, in order for Jonah to be called to the Torah for his Aliyah as a bar mitzvah, the honor always goes to the one who earned it before him. And it's hard to believe, Josh, that it's been more than 3 years since you stood on this bima and set the bar very high for your brother. So please call him forward.
Ya'amod Yona Ari Ben Baruch Visima Lichvod HaTorah HaBar Mitzvah.
Well, say that.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayemer Shalom lachem al tira'u Elohechem Elohei avichem natan lechem matmon be'am techotechem kaspechem ba'elai vayotzei aleichem et Shimon vayavei ha'ish et hanashim beit ha'yosef vayiten mayim Vayirhatzu ragleihem, vayitain mispon lachamorechem, vayachinu et chamancha ad bo Yosef batzaharayim, ki sham yochlu lachem. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'Torah.
Amen. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Right, Josh, that was wonderful. Okay, sit down, sweetie. Just gonna roll it to the right.
Jonah, 13 years ago today, you made our family complete. Since then, we've watched you grow from infant to child, and now today, we can finally refer to this transformation as your transition into a very fine young man. I mean this in its literal context, Jonah, because as we all know, you have always been this little old man in your small child body. We joke that you are wise beyond your years, but the truth is, you are and always have been a listener, a thinker, and participant in adult conversations. Your mind is inquisitive, and you absorb complex information. Sometimes I forget that you're still a child during many of our adult-like conversations, or during your relentless inquiries when you argue your case backed up by facts and examples. But then I'm quickly reminded of your youth when you slip your hand into mine and interlock our fingers, or when you run into my arms and give me the tightest hug, or when you climb into bed with me and lay your head on my shoulder, or when you speak candidly and tell me sweet things that warm my heart and make me smile. These gestures I will treasure forever. So the Jonah I'm describing may sound like the perfect combination of youthful innocence and mature teen. If that were the case, you'd be the perfect child. But as we discuss often in our house, there is no such thing as perfect, and we will never expect perfectionism from you, nor should you expect perfectionism of yourself. Learn from your mistakes and laugh at your flaws. It's not simply the grades or goals that you may score that make Dad and I so proud of you. It's that you always strive to be the best that you can be, regardless of the obstacles along the way. You are confident, determined, and a true leader. These are the traits that will always lead you on your path to success, bumps, potholes, and all. There isn't a day that goes by when I don't hear you speak the words, thank you. Thank you for breakfast, Mom. Thank you for dinner, Mom. Thank you for driving me to school, Mom. And most recently, when you weren't feeling well, thank you for taking care of me, Mom. But now, Jonah, it's my turn to thank you. Thank you for acknowledging all that I do for you. You truly make me feel appreciated. Thank you for making my job as your mom a pleasure instead of a chore. Thank you for teaching me to notice the little things in life because they often create big memories that we will cherish forever. Thank you for telling me that you love me each and every day. Thank you for being the best younger son that Dad and I could ever ask for. So as you begin your journey into adulthood and will one day leave home for new endeavors, I hope you will always hear my voice in times of uncertainty as I tell you these last words of wisdom. Who you are is what makes you so special. Do not change for anyone. What lies ahead will always be a mystery. Do not be afraid to explore. When life pushes you over, you push back harder. Where there are choices to make the one you won't regret. Why things happen will never be certain. Trust your instincts and move forward. And most importantly, Jonah, as I end each and every one of my letters to you at camp, never forget how very much we love you and how proud we are of you always.
It is now time for us to lift and dress the Torah, and we welcome forward Uncle Greg and Aunt Jill, and I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
Torah service continues with the chanting of the Haftarah, the additional and prophetic portion read on all Shabbatot and holidays. This afternoon's Haftarah comes from 1 Kings. It can be found on page 355 in your Chumashim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza v'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai chabocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nvi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek. Vayikach Shlomo v'hinei chalom vayavo Yerushalayim vayamot lifnei Aaron brit Adonai vayal olot vayash shlamim vayas mishteh lechol avadav az tavona shtayim nashim zonot el hamelech Bata'amod na lefanav, Batomer ha'isha ha'achat bi Adoni ani ba'isha hazot yoshvot b'vayit echad ba'eladima b'bayit Vayahihi bayom hashlishi liliti vatelet gam ha'isha hazot v'anachnu yachdav ein zar itanu b'bayit zulati shtayim anachnu b'bayit vayamat ben ha'isha hazot laila asher shachva alav vatakom Laila v'tikach et b'ni me'etzli v'amarcha yeshena v'tashkivechu b'cheka v'et bonencha me'ishkiva v'acheki v'akum b'boker l'chinik et b'ni v'hinei me'et v'et bonen elav b'boker v'hinei lo chaye b'ni asher yaladti. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zor kol ha'olamim sadik b'chol adorot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh hamdaber kayem shekol devarav emet batzedek al ha'torah v'al ha'avodah v'al ha'nevi'im v'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'linucha lechavod ol tifaret al ha'kol Adonai Eloheinu Anachnu modim lach umvarhim otach yitbarach shimha befikol hay tamid leolam va'ed baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Stay right here. We are now going to return the Torah to the Ark, to open the Ark doors. It's a pleasure to welcome forward Aunts Rebecca and Jill together with Uncle Greg. And I'd ask everyone to rise, please.
It's Chaim here, Amach Zechina, Bitum Cheam, Biushar, Tiracheho, Torchino, Echoneti Voteha,
You may all be seated.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My portion today is Miketz from the book of Genesis. This portion tells the part of the story of Joseph and his brothers. At first, Joseph was a prisoner in the land of Egypt, since his brothers previously sold him to the land as a slave. When Joseph disrespected his new owner, he was thrown into prison. It was only when his talents as a dream interpreter were presented to Pharaoh that he is let out. Pharaoh asked Joseph to interpret 2 dreams. In one of his dreams, Pharaoh sees 7 beautiful plump cows walking out of the Nile River. Then he envisions 7 dying old cows walk out of the same river. The dying cows then consume the healthy ones. In Pharaoh's second dream, there are 7 healthy-looking stalks of grain. Then 7 old dying stalks of grain sprout out of the ground and consume the healthy ones. Joseph decided that the 2 dreams meant that there will be 7 great years of harvest and lots of food. After 7 years, however, there would be a widespread famine upon the land of Egypt. Joseph told Pharaoh that he should keep 1/5 of the food grown in the first 7 years under his watch, so when famine strikes, the people of Egypt will have food to eat. Pharaoh agreed to this plan. After 7 years of great harvest, Pharaoh made Joseph his number 2 in line for the throne because of his awesome ability to correctly predict the future. Joseph opened stores that sold food for the first time so the land of Egypt could eat during this bad time of harvest. A few months into the 7 years of famine, Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy food, since it was the only place to get it. As the 10 brothers approached, Joseph recognized them, but they did not recognize Joseph. Joseph knew that he had one more brother. His name was Benjamin. He was the youngest of them all and the only full brother of Joseph. Benjamin was Joseph's favorite brother. Joseph was determined to see him and make sure that he was okay. So, Joseph came up with a plan. He told his 10 brothers that he was convinced that they were spies. They then explained to Joseph that they were 11 brothers with 1 at home. Joseph then said that if they wanted food, they would have to prove that they are not spies by bringing Benjamin to him. The brothers agreed to this plan and went back to their land. They later returned with Benjamin. Joseph was so glad to see him. He invited all of his brothers to a large feast where they ate together. Joseph then sent 10 of his brothers home with plenty of food, but tricked Benjamin into remaining in the land so that Joseph could reunite with his favorite brother. Many may say that the moral of this story is forgiveness, as Joseph did not shun his 10 brothers after they had left him for dead. Some say that the story impresses on us the strong bond between brothers. Both of these answers may be true, but I decided to focus on another question. Why was Joseph such a great dream interpreter? My conclusion was because he was an amazing listener. Joseph was a mortal being. He was not able to see into the future. Joseph did not talk to God when he interpreted his dreams. He just used his listening and analytical skills as the basis for his wisdom and intelligence. The Torah always teaches us a lesson from the past that we can apply to the present. In this case, the Torah is saying that listening can help resolve the conflict, and we all know how much conflict exists in the world today, whether it is between friends, family, or even countries. Joseph was saved from prison through his art of listening. Joseph saved a nation of years of hunger because of his acts of listening. Through this story, the Torah is trying to teach us that if we want to see change, we must be good listeners. The word listen and the word hear mean very different things. When one is listening, one computes what they are hearing. They open their mind to what is being told, then carefully form an opinion to make their best decision to solve a problem. When one hears, however, one may be tuned out, not comprehending the words said aloud, or be closed-minded. God showed us that we must listen more rather than speak our own ideas. After all, He did give us 2 ears and 1 mouth for that reason. Leaders are listeners, and Joseph was a leader. Benchmarks can only be achieved, and compromise can only happen by carefully listening, not only with one's ears, but by taking in body language and other verbal cues. A person must keep an open mind to the facts and avoid being stubborn and narrow-minded. Listening is key to transforming ideas into inventions and discoveries. Listening can help settle an argument amongst family or friends. Listening can allow people to be more accepting to those who may be different. In my opinion, listening can be the solution to the troubles in everyday life. I have to listen in my own life too. For instance, my parents are very wise, smart, and understanding people. They have always taught me right from wrong, to use my manners, and how to always be nice to everyone. I was only able to demonstrate these actions that they taught me by listening. I was able to learn their teachings because I had an open mind. Without listening, I would not be the person I am today. I am becoming a bar mitzvah because I want to carry on the legacy within my family of becoming a Jewish adult. It is very important to me that I continue to celebrate Jewish holidays, traditions, and rituals that define my Jewish identity. Today is very special to me as I finally reached this important milestone. I plan to continue my Jewish education by attending Machon. For my bar mitzvah project, I am a volunteer at 2 separate programs. One is called Buddy Ball. This organization helps children with special needs play baseball. I also assist in my brother's program called Advantage Tennis, for which I will take full responsibility for when he goes off to college in a few years. This tennis program allows children with special needs to learn basic tennis strokes and play fun games with a ball and racket. I truly enjoy working with the children that have limitations. It gives me pleasure to make them happy and feel like they are participating in a sport as if they didn't have a disability at all. There are many people I would like to thank for making this day so special for me. First, I would like to thank Cantor Berman for working with me each week to prepare for my Hebrew portions. Second, thank you, Rabbi Muznitsky, for helping me achieve this very special milestone in my life and challenging me to interpret my portions as it pertains to my own life. With your help, I have learned so many valuable lessons. I would also like to thank my brother, Joshua, who has supported me, encouraged me, and made me a better person throughout my life. Last, I would like to thank my mom and my dad. You two have always given me the most love, support, encouragement, and care a child could ever have. I feel so very lucky that you are such great parents and role models. Thank you for being the best parents in the world. I'm extremely fortunate to be your son, and I love you both very much. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. May my family and friends always be blessed with happiness and health for the rest of their lives. Amen.
Come on up. Jonah, I think all of us have a one-word reaction to what we just listened to. Wow. What a wow moment. And indeed, I loved when you leaned over and we were talking about, this is a birthday you'll never forget. And you clearly said, you know, Rabbi, I think this is going to be my #1 birthday for life. And I think indeed, Jonah, you have made this such a special day, not just for you, but for all of us who've been so fortunate to be here to listen to you, to watch you, to engage with you. And as I think your great-grandmother would say, or Bubby, to shep nachas with you, because we are definitely doing that. And those are 2 Yiddish words, which means our hearts are so full of pride that we are just so very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you for making us so happy. And now your congregation wants to thank you in a special way, and that would be by presenting you with a few gifts that we hope will add to the meaning and purpose of this day. So it's a pleasure to welcome forward a great leader of our congregation, a vice president, as we welcome forward Greg Paradise. And I know you also, as you deserve, double the pleasure. It's a pleasure to welcome to the bima as well, Jeff Goldklang. Stay right up.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Congratulations first to Stephanie and Rob and all the grandparents and great-grandma Bella, who is here with us today. It's great to see you here. And all of the other family and friends who braved the storm to make it here. I have to say I was a little worried watching the forecast the last few days. As some of you may know, the next bar mitzvah on this bima is actually my son's in January, and since we've got the date, we've been a little nervous about it, but hopefully it all works out as well as it did today with this full congregation here, and it's been a great night. So Jonah, I know that this has been a great journey for you, and it's all come together tonight. You did a fantastic job with everything today. And I have to say, sitting here, of all the bar mitzvahs I've sat at, and many of you may not have been able to see him. He was kind of a little hiding back there, but he said it was the most direct route to get here, so he wanted to stay in that seat. But you've just been smiling and beaming and really enjoying it, and that's really important to enjoy this. So I just want to say it's an honor and a blessing to represent the community and the Board of Trustees of Temple Har Shalom and everyone in the congregation. I'll also just note that, I have had the pleasure of knowing you for a number of years, mostly through many baseball games. And, in those games, you always worked hard to be the best you could. And I always appreciated how you supported your teammates. And that is a great quality that will serve you well in life. So we do have a few gifts for you. I think they're all in there. We don't have to pull them out. But we have a Kiddush cup that's made especially for Temple Har Shalom. There's a certificate from NIFTY, the National Federation of Temple Youth, that provides $250 off a NIFTY program or trip to Israel. And there's a book, Values and Ethics Through a Jewish Lens, Talking Points for Family Discussions, that from everything I've heard today, I think you and your family will enjoy reading and learning more about. And we also have this certificate that you can frame. Here's the nifty one, that commemorates this day. So on behalf of the Temple Board and the whole community, I wish you and your family Mazel Tov on this fantastic achievement and wish you the best in the future. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite Jeff Goldklein to come up.
Jonah, there's one additional gift for you on behalf of the Men's Club and the Sisterhood. An Israeli bond has been purchased in your name, so I think that's relatively new and such a wonderful addition. Jonah, Mazel Tov. You were awesome, man. When we moved to Warren 15 years ago, the first thing we did was join Temple Har Shalom, and our two boys were enrolled in Mountaintop Preschool. It was through the temple that we met your parents and your family, and we immediately became very close. As you know, we spent quite a lot of time together. Over the years, we've shared many mitzvahs, celebrated all the high holidays together, taken family vacations, and have been together for just about every meaningful occasion. Through this time, we've had the special opportunity to watch you and Joshua, as your mother likes to say, grow up. The two of you have the most genuine and loving relationship. And while I'm sure you already know this, you're unbelievably lucky to have Josh as an older brother. He's a great role model for you. Jonah, I often refer to you as a ball of sunshine. You're always happy and smiling, enjoying all the great moments in life, and more importantly, finding the silver lining if something goes wrong. That singular ability will serve you well as you navigate into adulthood. You are delightfully measured in your reactions, often approaching new opportunities or change with an open mind as opposed to resistance. You're very comfortable in your own skin. You and I have been having adult-level conversations probably since you were 5. And no matter the subject matter, you always have the courage of your convictions. You've also shown the ability to make quite wise choices, such as picking the Rangers as your team over the Habs at the expense of your family's desires. Speaking of which, you and I have a lot in common. We share a love of sports, and hockey in particular. Just a few months ago, and this is a fun story, in this very sanctuary, during my own son Jacob's bar mitzvah, I gave you a very important task. Do you remember what that was?
Tell you the score of the Ranger
Tell me
game.
the score of the Ranger playoff game as we were walking by with the Torah. You gleefully informed me that the Rangers were up by 2 goals, and as I informed my family sitting in the first few rows, as the rabbi looked down on all of our smiling faces and fist pumping, she actually remarked at how proud the bar mitzvah boy's family was at that very moment. little did the rabbi know, they lost that game, by the way, if you remember. Anyway, we've known you for pretty much your whole life and share the same pride that your parents have in the young man that you have become. Charisma, intelligence, athleticism, and compassion are traits that will serve any Jewish person as they navigate through life, and you have all of them in spades. Once again, Jonah, Mazel Tov to you and your family.
Thank you.
Give me a hug.
Well, those happy moments in life go by in the blink of an eye. And indeed, we've now come to the time when it is appropriate to conclude our service. I would invite you to return to your prayer books, please, page 586. To open the ARC doors, it's a pleasure to welcome forward cousins Daniel, Justin, and Jessica. And I would ask everyone to rise, please.
עלינו לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצאי בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, ויגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
May God bless you and keep you. May God shine upon you and always be gracious to you. May God grant you a long life filled with spiritual, mental, and physical well-being until 120, as we all say. Amen. We do remain standing for at this time in our service, as we do each and every time we come together as a community. We remember those who are no longer physically present, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. On Shabbat, we always remember those whose yortzites are commemorated and those who died in recent days. We remember those of the American Armed Forces and the Israel Defense Forces, who have given their lives in defense of our nation and for the land of Israel. And always on this day of Bar Mitzvah, we remember two upon whom shoulders Jonah stands this very day, his great-grandmother Shirley Weinstein and his great-grandmother Muriel Siegel. We together turn to page 598 to recite the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'hayechon v'yomechon v'chayei t'kol beit Israel, v'agalav v'zman kariv v'meru amen, Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amei amaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemedu kudusha brichu le'olam yimkol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran v'alma v'imru amen Yehi shlama rabba mim shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen Oseh shalom bimroma Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say. Amen. Amen. You may be seated. We know that you are all getting ready to enjoy a very special celebration. There is transportation for all of the out-of-towners that will be here and I think already arrived. There are also a bus for all of our kids. Just please be careful making your way out to the parking lot and if you are driving on the roads tonight. We take this opportunity to Jonah to say happy birthday once again and mazel tov. And as we end each and every service, we want to wish Jonah and his family bounty and blessings. So Jonah, come on up. And if cousins Noah and Maddie would come on up and help him. He needs help eating the challah and drinking the wine or grape juice. And here we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon.
All right, pull it apart.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
All right, mazel tov.
Siman tov.
Free, Jonah. I'll take this from you. You are free. Thank you so much. Oh my God, sweetie. Enjoy everything. Okay? Bring me some pictures. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, go and have a good time tonight.
Did that come off again?
Yeah, Andy just has to glue it. It never stays. It has to be glued together.
It just fits around the thing.
Yeah.
Awesome, boy. Awesome. Just fine. He was awesome.